feature on the event, which we're calling the Fiesta Station. And so Lieutenant Governor here will be barbecuing for you guys. It'll be barbecue, red rice, a lot of PE, poultry, other local items out there, and it's part of the half marathon and full marathon course. So
I even got my coconut weaved hat ready to go.
Governor, let me ask you this: is this your strategy to make sure that maybe a non-local doesn't win this event?
No.
So you can slow them down.
Only someone like you could think of that.
So you can weigh them down.
Yes, you know me better than that.
That's why I asked. but anyway, no, all kidding aside, I mean that'll be a way to deflect, right? Hey, look at smell this.
Wasn't me. I was just barbecuing. It's not my fault. You risked it. I didn't tell you to stop and eat.
Please, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But so you, I mean, I know last year you had a fair the day before the race, and of course race day as well, right? So
yes. So it's a whole weekend event. So beginning Friday and Saturday is the expos, where all the participants come pick up their packets. There's a lot of vendors, sponsor booth, and we try to hype it up this year. So it's one of those can't miss events. It helps build up the hype for the event.
Sure. And
then right before every race, we have a start party. So we have a lot of things to feature this year. Cultural show and a few things they cannot tell you until so you got to show up.
You got to show up. Now last year again in the finish line, you had a little celebration, but also you had folks come back as well later on for a celebration. Is that going to happen as well?
Correct. Actually, we're doing it immediately after the event. So the Finishers Festival will happen immediately after the event. So as soon as you finish down in Nepal Park, so right on the beach.
Yeah.
We get your commemorative beach mat, so it helps everyone just have a nice Sunday at the beach.
Yeah.
Head into the cool zone. We have bands, DJs out there, award ceremonies, food vendors there as well, sponsor booths. It's pretty much a giant fiesta down in Nepal Park. So it's just another great event.
And I know this event brings in quite a few runners, serious runners as well. And so I see it because I'm seeing different faces. Because I work out down there, right? So I've seen these different faces, and you can tell the look, right? I mean, the look of people that they just have the look of they're getting ready for a race, right? So I've seen different people, over there, and I said, no, okay, yeah, that's it, but you're gonna have to deal with our Mandel, so and he's got your back because the governor's gonna be barbecuing, so anyway, so you have that expo that's gonna be happening Friday, right?
Friday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. and then Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And so it's mandatory, actually, the race participants to go down there. That's where you pick up your
so they'll receive their bib, their timing chip, lots of souvenir items from sponsors, and then also the participant shirt, bags, and everything.
And your timing chips, can you track your runner?
Yes. So actually, when you sign up, you can actually link to your Facebook. And as soon as you pass through a timing mat, because we do net timing on this course, so it will go, as long as you link it properly, it'll go up and you'll get Facebook updates, so anyone can follow you, whether you want to wake up that early or they'll just check your Facebook later on.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, I'm sure this year's runners here, likewise, the visitors who come here to run, and they're unable to I mean, their fans or the family unable to really track them, or other than read the news, if they have their chips, right?
Yes,
they can track them and know how they're doing, where they're at, right? And their finishing time in real time.
Yep. That's the beauty of the internet, right
there.
Please don't track my time.
Don't track your time.
I'm on the 5K.
He's going to be barbecuing,
Slow walk.
Fast
walking.
Now the start time. Obviously, you have the full marathon, so that will start. At 3 a.m. They will take off earlier.
Right. So all races start an hour apart. 3 a.m. with the marathon, half marathon at 4 a.m., 10K at 5 a.m., and then the 5K at 6 a.m.
Okay. Now, would they all start? I mean, would they all when they run? They would all go in the same route?
Yes, everyone is along the same route, just because we're actually receiving a lot of participants this year. We're looking to exceed last year's numbers, which is a great thing for the event, and especially for IBTF, all proceeds.
Now,
portion of the proceeds and
now
everything.
it's going to start off down in Tumon. Is it down at
And the Guam
There's a bureau. Okay. So is he going to take up? Is he going to go south first, or is kind of going to go
If
north?
you go up through JFK Hill, then you head down Marine Drive.
Okay, so it's gonna go north first, and then down Marine Drive, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So for the whole marathon course, you actually enter the port first, like bit, come back
Okay.
out, head down to Big Navy, turn around, and it's a straight shot back.
Okay.
It's only 42 kilometers.
Yeah. Okay. So it's pretty straight run. Not too many hills, other than the JFK Hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Well, if you're gonna have a hard hill, you want to do it right in the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it toward the end.
No,
That's just
yeah.
excruciating.
And-
You got all the energy, you got
yeah.
all the power, your legs are still carrying you good. So knock it out.
The other thing about pretty straight runs are it's just that you have the wind in your back or the wind in your face, right?
Correct.
Or the rain.
Or the rain.
The rain
Hopefully
actually
for no rain.
is the thing, if it's not too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear tell you one time when I was a cop, I ran, I was in very good shape at the time, I ran the Nimitz Hill,
Mhm.
and that's a hill to run, I
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah,
That is painful. We took the recruits through that one time, so I know the JFK's like, but Nimitz Hill.
Actually, you're still recovering from that run, right?
Left knee has never been better.
Anything else, Jacob, that you want to, the IBTF, are they the only benefactors again of this run?
No, actually, there are one of three. We have the Tourism Education Council,
Okay,
which
okay.
supports, educating the public middle school and elementary students about Guam's main
Sure,
economic stimulus, and then also the Guam USO is a newly added
Okay,
beneficiary
sure,
this year. So we have
okay.
3 beneficiaries,
Okay.
and so proceeds of the event will be divided between all 3.
Now, let me ask you, how much did you guys raise last year? And what do you anticipate to raise this year?
Last year's participants, we were just over 2,900.
Okay. No, in regards to money raised.
Money raised. We had 2 beneficiaries last year, and I believe we gave about 15,000 to each
one? Oh,
organization.
wow, okay, wow.
And so we're looking at exceeding that this year with the number of participants we have.
Okay.
And so, it should be roughly around the same. Now that we have a 3rd beneficiary.
Yeah, okay.
No promises though. I'm not the accountant.
No.
No, but they've been very helpful, Senator Hunt, they've been really helpful. And these guys are, we didn't seek them out, we didn't ask for it, but we just, I think, through the efforts of our staff, of course, my wife, and co-chairing it, we try to really do the good things for the community, and they volunteered the money, and we of course, we used it for, helping our community. And so we want to thank PHR, PIC, Ken Nakasawa, and Ben Ferguson, and all the people down at PIC, of course, Jake, and all the work that they're doing. This guy hasn't slept probably for 2 days, and he won't sleep for a few more. But it's an effort of love, and all the work we're doing and all the work they're doing. This is a major event. And I was in Japan when they announced it 3 years ago. Actually, almost 4 years ago now.
Yeah, will this be our 3rd year?
Yeah.
So 4 years before.
It took 4 years ago to get this thing started.
Yep.
So good job, PIC.
Now, is this, let me ask how in regards to the running world and marathons are concerned, now, is this a feeder marathon to other marathons? Does this qualify, do the winners of this, because some are, a great number of folks that are going to run are recreational runners, okay? But there's a great number of folks as well that are serious runners, that they use this as a warm-up to something else, or as a feeder run to other marathons.
Yeah, so this is a Ames IAAF certified marathon course. So we actually bring someone in to any change we have on the course, we have to get it recertified. And so this is actually a Boston Marathon qualifier.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we had like about 20 plus Guam athletes qualified for Boston last year, and then I think half of them actually went out there after this event. So it's our certifications are there. So we kind of want to give the people of Guam access to all these other events, and then another one attract people to Guam as well. So kind of bringing worldwide events to Guam, and then exposing our runners to what events are elsewhere. And so they're better prepared for when they do travel for these larger events.
Now let me ask, because you said, of course, this is a qualifier, a Boston Marathon qualifier. Governor, let me ask you this. Of course, we'd be remiss if we we're talking about Boston Marathon, and of course the tragic event that happened there. Let's talk about security measures in regards to this. I'm sure there are going to be people out there who say, "Hey, man, this, the unfortunate thing with some of these things now that they go hand in hand sometimes, of course, with the security measures." So, is it, you can only be as secure as you can, right? So are there security measures in place? What can be brought in, what not, and things like that nature, so the folks that want to be a part of this, whether it be runners or supporting runners, they would know ahead of time.
Well, of course, our nation and our public safety professionals learn from the experience of others. So we look at Boston Marathon, we're very cautious about any people who are involved in the program. We have a relatively open community. Our society is free, but at the same time, we have police officers, we have EMT personnel, we have ambulance personnel, firefighters, we have nurses and doctors, all professionals in their own right, subject matter experts, to lend their expertise and their professional services to make sure that people who do come to our island are going to be shrouded in this, quasi-invisible, cocoon of safety. And that's what we all want in our community, and for our children and our families. And same thing for a race day. We're going to do everything in our power, as we always do, to make sure we're as safe as we can be. If there's any credible information, the Fusion Center, Homeland Security, Civil Defense will find that information preferably before and not during or after the event. But there's, like with anything, is there a risk? There's always a risk. There's always, terrorism, you have fanatics out there who don't value human life as the vast majority of society, but their days are numbered. I think in the order of things, if we look at Guam, you remember that one tragic event in Tuman when Mr. DeSoto, decided to use his vehicle to exact revenge against people he'd never met. Ultimately, he was brought to justice and he's serving many years in prison.
3 life sentences, right? Something
that's
like
right.
That,
So we're going to do everything we can, and we always have and always will in public safety, because I oversee it, and we've got many people that are out there and working with the marathon organizers, GIM, PIC. Everybody's they've been working many months to make sure that the safeguards are in place to the extent that anyone. We're not going to have armored cars, lining the parade route or the route, but we are going to cone it off, and we're going to make sure that the vehicles are diverted in a way where they're not going to be exposed to those runners and keep them safe.
Okay.
Especially down to the barbecue. Everywhere is going to be safe. As much as safe, it can be safe, it will be safe.
Absolutely, and of course, again, without compromising, again, security measures that are going to be in place, they're going to be in place. And so, again, just the residents, wherever you're at, it's just not for this event, but wherever it is that you go to, you always have to be aware of your surroundings.
That's right. And if you see something suspicious, say something.
That's right.
Tell someone. You got a badge or a patch on their shoulder, say, hey, something's going on over there. Take a look at that. We'll take care of it.
There we go. Anything else, Jake, that you want to?
Oh, no, just wanted to say, in addition to our, but thank you to the GFD, GPD, Department of Public Works, Department of Parks and Recs, and everyone involved with the event. Without their support, this is a community event, so it's great to have everyone get involved, and I know it's a Sunday, usually everyone's off on that day. And then last thing, just to remind all the listeners out there that if you are out and about on Sunday from 1 to 10, expect traffic delays along Marine Drive, and please proceed with caution, as runner safety is a priority on that day, so GPD is out there in full force, just to ensure that all participants are, well taken care of along the route. So.
Now, when they take off on the GVB, in front of GVB there, they're going to be taking off on one side of the road, right? Is that the cliff side of the road or the beach side of the road?
Well, actually,
last year I think it was cliff side.
Yes, so it's on the cliff side. So actually, we have the route from Hilton up to PIC. It goes down to traffic entirely.
Okay.
We have access coming down JFK Hill through the Pacific Star intersection up to PIC, which we convert to two-way traffic on the southbound lane. There'll be 2 lanes southbound, beginning Kmart all the way down to Adelup. Will be closed off for the runners. So there's a single lane southbound with the GPD personnel at each intersection on the way down. So it's 1 lane traffic all the way down.
So again, if you're going to be if business and or pleasure is going to take you or traversing these routes, maybe time it or take alternative route for that morning. Likewise, if you want to kind of enjoy it and see what's happening, because it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to watch people run anyways as well. just time it and make sure you get to your place on your destination on time, and likewise, be very careful.
Please
with
plan
the
ahead.
runners, plan ahead.
Or, don't do anything until after 10.
Yeah,
It's a Sunday. Sleep in a little bit.
And if you're out celebrating the night before Saturday, and you're just making your way home around that time when the runners are going to be running, hey, there's going to be runners from say JFK all the way down to the Port Authority and back. Okay.
Big Navy.
Oh, Big Navy. That's right. Okay. So yeah, that's a long ways. Okay. So.
It's only 42K.
That's a good line there, Governor.
Not too bad.
There you go. Governor, again, anything else?
No, I actually want to put a plug in for a couple people.
Okay, shoot.
You have a lady by the name of DJ Lakeisha Fredo, and of course Lloyd Kibuku, James Turbio, Bert Sardoma, Leila Uong, and pretty much my entire office are going to be out there on the morning helping out with the Fiesta station, because we really wanted to show the sense of what Guam and our culture is, our people are all about. It's this melting pot of all these different ethnicities and different foods, but the idea is that we celebrate our history, and we kind of celebrate by showing the people, the future, the people going to be running here, hopefully, coming to get married here, coming to enjoy the race here, to enjoy the hospitality of our people, and see the beauty of our island by virtue of not just the great service at PIC and other fantastic hotels under PHR Ken, but also, the people of Guam who work every day like you do, Jess, and so many other people who want to make our island a great portrayal of what our people are all about. And the Beautification Task Force has done a great job in preparing, and I think we're ready for the Sunday, and we're really looking forward to the run, and we're looking forward to the hospitality. I want the people that run through that Fiesta station down in that loop, and I want to thank PIC. They've been a great supporter, provided a lot of resources to make this possible, but I want them to experience, to the extent anyone can, we're going to have people performing out there.
Yeah.
We're going to have kids from elementary schools. We're going to have people doing cha-cha.
Yeah.
We're going to have the DJ booth with the lights going and everything. When the runners come by, we're going to be cheering them on. We're going to be wearing the mestizas. We're going to be doing a lot of things that you would expect from Palo Tautano and the group that you have been part of that umbrella organization to show the culture of the people of Guam. And everything from Lakeisha to DJ to Jen, Bert, Lloyd, and everyone in between in my office who are going to be there doing videos and photos and cheering on those runners. We want them to smell that, that smell of barbecue through the night, up until the early morning hours. We want them to see the red rice and the people are sitting down eating. We want them to see people doing the cha-cha and knowing what the real fiesta is about. I don't want this to just be a canopy. As a matter of fact, I just told my staff yesterday, I don't want it to look like a canopy. I want to see the bamboo lining the pole. I want to see the birds of paradise, I think is what they call that flower, and then the coconut leaf knife that goes around the base. And I want it to look like a palapala, like I built for my grandmother back in the 1980s. I want it to look legit, because we want to portray what we're proud of, and also tomorrow the things that make us who we are.
And of course, we be dancing the indigenous Chamorro dance, that cha-cha, and then next to that is next to that is the jitterbug, I mean,
I never got that one. My dad was good at the jitterbug, but I never got that one. My mom and dad used to dance all the time.
You got Ken going when you're talking about the lights and the disco lights and stuff like that. You got it going,
That'd be nice if we can get a band out there, my guy, no?
Like the Radiants or something like that?
4 o'clock in the morning, not too early to do a band.
Like the Radiants?
4 o'clock in the morning, I don't know. Have Brett talk to Louise.
But anyway,
Thank you so much,
that's great. Can you tease us a little bit, Lieutenant Governor, about next year is a big year for Guam. Not only of these annual events as well, but FestBack.
It's fantastic.
Can you tease us about that a little bit?
I'm going to give you a little bit of it. We're moving. We got to Rose Ramsey, who's she's just a fantastic lady. She's very capable, good to work with. I mean, she's a taskmaster. She gets things done. She just recently returned to Guam, but she's been asked by the governor to head that up. Working with folks like all of the different groups that are, that bring the Chamorro culture every single day to our kids to make sure the next generation doesn't forget it. We're going to put on an event to not be forgotten.
And I'm just reading this last, I think, Sunday's paper regarding you know, these groups that are trying out back in the mainland to have an opportunity, because they'll be selected as who's to come out here, you know, to represent their particular organization, to be a part of FESPAC. So it's a big thing. Yeah,
it is.
A big thing. Yeah.
And it's one of the things that happens, like the marathon of culture. It really is. I mean, it's the Olympics of culture.
That's right.
And you know, I went to the Solomon Islands last time for the closing ceremony because it was about a 2-week build-up to get to that point. But we had our people there, and those people they spent millions upon millions of dollars in Solomon Islands, a developing country, spend a substantial amount of money. And the people of Guam, part of a fantastic nation called the United States of America, should be able to spend as much, if not more. And we've known this is coming for some time. Legislature is working with our administration to try to get these resources dedicated. There are in-kind and direct contributions that need to be made and secured. But at the end of the day, I've even talked to, as a matter of fact, it was Misato-san at PHR Ken in Japan. When I went to see him, I said, I was asked to ask you for so many hotel rooms, and he says, okay, we'll give it to you. I said, thank you, I really appreciate that. So, you know, everybody has something to give.
Yeah.
And so if we do this as an island, you know, if we do this as a team and do it well, we will make a name for ourselves. And I think that's what we should be doing, is doing something that makes us proud, is make our parents proud, to make our grandparents proud. And, you know, the legacy that they created for us by the hard work and the not just understanding the language, but understanding the culture and the respect, you know, the things that make us, well, just like any people, proud to be who we are.
Sure. Now, what is the timeline? I mean, what are the? I mean, what month is this running?
Now you put me on the spot.
It's next year, 2016.
Yeah, it is in 2016 now. I have to get the details to you. I'm drawing a blank on the month at the moment. My staff
It'll be around summertime.
May.
So it's around the same time. So I mean, so
right after.
So this time next year,
Right after the marathon.
Mom's going to be partying out. We're going to have like a whole month
and
of
in Paseo, our hope is to really make some major differences. Just like the Olympics would. If you have the Olympics in a major city in the United States or around the world, what happens is they put money into the infrastructure, and that infrastructure and that improvement and enhancement in the community makes it possible for that community to enjoy long-term benefits of that Olympic investment. Same thing with the Paseo in the FESPAC. We want to make that investment in the island because that's something that's sorely needed. We really need to make those improvements.
So for folks that are listening, that you're off the island, okay, so the time frame next year is around the month of May. So make your reservations now to be out here for that time, because if you wait till the last minute, you're not gonna get a seat on the plane. So make your reservations now and ahead of time.
Before you take your kids off island, call
that's right.
Be here for that. That's something you don't want to miss.
That's right. This is I mean, this doesn't come around all the time.
That's right.
This is probably, you know, I mean, hopefully not, but, you know, based on our age, we probably won't see it again. but anyway, so.
Well, it's the first time in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's right.
To hear Guam. I've never seen it in Guam.
And you know, and as an organizer for a world championship out here in 1995, I know what it takes to be able to do something like this. And this is Guam's event. This is Guam's cultural Olympics, as you say. Right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's going to be a big thing.
It is. It is. And there are a lot of people will bring their own art, their crafts, their love, their passion for their culture to this island, and they'll tell you that's contagious. It's really contagious. It'll help for tourism, it'll help for the economy, help with the hotel rooms. I mean, as a matter of fact, we did the barbecue block party, which you know, we've done a couple years running. We're going to do that again. That kind of stuff, you know, it shows you what you can cook. It shows you what you can sell. It's good for the economy. It's good for our island, and I hope that people embrace it.
There we go. Governor, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And of course, Jacob, thanks, and I'm sure we'll see you down this. It looks like, I mean, if there's anything like last year, we were broadcasting down there last year, Friday and Saturday.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll be there as well, because we're big sponsors of this marathon as well. Any last minute things you want to tell us?
Just a reminder, registration closes tonight at 11:59.
11:59. Guam Standard Time, right? Chamorro
Don't
Standard
miss
Time.
it.
Chamorro Standard Time.
That's
There-
not
there we
tomorrow
go.
standard. That's 11:59.
Coming from the map, yeah. 59,
Yeah, there we go.
not 58.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, before we take a break, let's go to Lloyd and he'll give us an update on some of the projects that we have going over here and ongoing and new projects.
Sure. Thank you so much, Senator. Just to wrap up the Guam International Marathon, we'd like to thank some of the people who helped us out. The
Sure.
Chico Mayor's Office, the Junior Mayor's Office, the Winning Mayor's Office, Mr. and Mrs. Kenga from joining us for donating the bamboo and the coconut leaves for the hut that we're doing. Also,
Okay.
big shout outs to DJ and Lakeisha, my fellow project managers from IBTF. They've been out in the sun, in the boonies for the past 2 weeks now, just trying to secure all these materials to get the Fiesta station done. In regard to Adahi
So you see Keisha coming out of the boonies, that's what she's doing.
You sure?
Okay.
In regard to the Ida Hayatana program, we have one coming up actually on Sunday. It's the Guam Volleyball Federation. And then next month on the 16th, the Tropical Lifesavers Foundation. The sites are to be determined, but they'll be in a park or a beach. The bus stop program on the at the end of the month last month, March 29th, we had the Guam Gun Owners Association doing a bus stop at Route 3. And if you have any other questions, comments, suggestions, please feel free to give me a call at IBTF 475-9380. Visit our website guamibtf.com or our Facebook, facebook.com/guamibtf. And also, we'd always like to thank the station of KUAM and ISA 63, Senator and Kim.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And Governor, I know you got the dates now.
Yes, I do. So it's May 22nd
Okay.
to June 4th.
Okay.
And that's what happens when you have a fantastic team.
There we
Jaden Tooncap just sent me that info by text, and people are tuned in. People are and so I hope people write that down. May 22nd to June 4th. And so, yeah, if you're going to do anything, don't do it then. I mean, do the fest back. Do it all around that. And,
As a matter of fact, when we normally go back to the States to visit our family, tell our families from back in the States, now, come join us, come visit us here in Guam. This is the time to do it. So
as a
make your
matter of fact, I'm
reservation
going to
now.
pull up what
Make your
those dates
reservation.
are. So May 22nd to June 4th is literally 2 weeks. It starts on a Sunday, the 22nd, and it ends on a Saturday, the 4th.
There we go.
So there's 2 weeks of your life to commit to
There we
really
go.
making our island in our culture.
And I tell you what, Governor, the IBTF, they come in here every 2 weeks. So I tell you what, as part of the show now, we'll have an update every time they come in here on Festback.
Yeah, I'll end the slogan that the Beautification Task Force says, try to make people know what is driving us. And the slogan is very simple. It starts with us. It starts with me. It starts with us. We're not. You don't see. It's not the tourists coming to our island that is putting graffiti on the poles. It's not the tourists. Or visitors coming to our island flicking out the cigarette butts. It's us. We own it.
It's me.
It's me.
It's
and,
me. It's
and
you.
We,
Yeah.
and we
That's
have
right.
the.
That's
It
right.
starts. It starts means.
That's right.
The solution to our problems, not just beautification, but everything, starts with us.
That's right.
It starts with
With
me.
me. There we go.
Thank you so much.
It
Jeff.
starts
Appreciate
with
it.
me. That's right. So, hey, either we all climb together or we fall together, right?
Yeah. Do you see something? Somebody does something
Right.
wrong. Put it to somebody flicked a cigarette out the window. That's the first indication that they don't respect the island. So it's a matter of not doing the things that make our island worse. So if you see something, gpdlitterbug@gmail.com or Ray at Yahoo. You got my cell number 482-1432 or my office 475-9380. Call me, email me, text me. We're here to work with you, but we want to make the island look better, and we need to thank you, KWM, for all the opportunities to get to our people and get the message out.
Great,
This is
and
awesome.
it's always a pleasure, again, to have you guys in here, especially to see you again, my old colleague here,
Brother man, take care.
Governor, thank you very much. Again,
Senator.
hey, we're way past the news. We're going to listen to the news right now. Come back, matataw-tati, respond. Okay, 637-610-637-637-6100 when we return. We'll be right back. Tama naman.